Sound. Now we should have sound. Sound?
Should we go away and come back and I'll put the slide on?
Should we? Hang on. What number are you, Louise? You're on number 2, aren't you?
I don't know. Are you in charge of all of that?
Yeah, you're on number 2. There we go. Just where we came in early. We have sound now.
Yep,
This is Louise. They say, should we go live now? We'll go live now. And they go, no, we haven't got the slide.
I might have known it'd be my fault.
Yeah. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So we got everything. We're okay. So I think we're okay. So you should be able to hear me now. How about Louise? Can you hear Louise?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, mother? Good day, everybody. What? Like the old music school, like Arthur Askey. Can you hear me? Oh, never mind. You're too young.
You look like one of them in your outfit today, actually, from the olden times. You look spiffy.
I do look spiffy, don't I? It's the new me. We've had, how many weeks off? 13 weeks off?
Yeah.
13 weeks off, and I thought, I'll come back, but do you know what? I just need to be a little bit perhaps smarter. I just feel that, I have to try and compete with Louise now because she's always looking absolutely gorgeous.
I look a bit calf today.
Yeah,
I've gone a bit bright.
You're looking gorgeous, and I'm trying to keep up with you looking gorgeous. That's the thing. Even Jason has new trousers. Even Jason.
Trousers.
Even Jason came back to work with a new shirt, with new trousers, new shoes. Don't know about his
couldn't
pants.
do up though, could he?
No, he couldn't actually do his shoes.
Don't ask him about his pants, you'll get into trouble. No, he couldn't do his shoes up. He has slip-on shoes.
Nobody has slip-on shoes.
It amazes me how he can do the intricate work he does. And well, actually, no, he didn't do his shoelaces up because when they came undone, Sharon had to do them up for him.
He put his foot up on the chair, and Sharon was tying. Then he went. Oh, they feel nice and tight now, he said.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah,
it's not even a joke, is it?
No, it's actually, this is the sad thing. It is absolutely true. Oh my goodness me. So yeah, and we've been busy today. But yeah, I wanted to come back nice and smart. I got a tie. Tie matches the old trousers. Even got a suit if need be. Oh, my hip. Oh, that's better. Even got a nice suit as well. Should the moment arise that enables me to have a nice suit. Perhaps we have a nice rep round that we're trying to impress. So, yes. Okay, the chat has stopped for some reason. Oh, there we go. Carry on.
How did the opening go? Very, very, very well.
Very busy.
Very well, thank you.
Very busy indeed. We've been doing lots of batteries. People coming in like with 5 batteries, 5 watches, 6 watches at a time. So, yeah. And did you notice what the trick of it, Jason's going... Oh, you couldn't put the back on there for me, could you? Oh, you couldn't put the back on there for me. He's not making any effort.
It'll be interesting to see now because Dakota, who works with us on a Saturday, is going to be joining us for a couple of extra days a week, and she is very creative, isn't she?
Absolutely.
She makes her own clothes. She's done a bit of resin jewellery, so I said, wouldn't it be great if we could just start doing some batteries and some little bits and pieces, because I think she'd be fab. So be interesting to see now.
How strong her thumbs are.
Yeah, compared to Jason's, yeah.
Push them. Yeah. You'll be pretty sad if Dakota's there going,
just easy as pie.
There we go, next. There you go, Jason's going, it's my thumbs, it's my thumbs. Oh, it's got to split. Yeah, you'll have all the excuses coming out of him. Right, so, yeah, we've got 4 minutes yet, so we're not going to say anything just yet, are we?
All the glitters?
All the glitters is due on tomorrow, and we are getting excited, aren't we?
BBC 2, can't wait.
And they've already advertising for Series 2 as well, advertising for jewellers who want to take part in the next series.
We were having a bit of a laugh yesterday, weren't we? It was... Natalia's made a Facebook discussion page. Yes, please. I'd love to join. Fab. Yeah, we were talking yesterday because a lot of people have asked you if you would consider
taking part.
And I said, I think obviously you'd be brilliant. I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
Yeah.
But can you imagine? I mean, can you seriously imagine? He'd be going around trying to help everybody, wouldn't you?
Or they'd be coming across and going...
poking your beak into everybody's work.
And I'll say, what are you polishing like that for? What, adjustable saw frame? Yeah, you use adjustable saw frame for... No, you don't want to use adjustable saw frame. You want one of these. You want one of these white nylon brushes. You have superb polishing with that. Don't let Solange tell you off about polishing.
Do you know what? You do really well, but they would vote you off after the first week because you'd make such a pain in the backside of yourself. They'd be like, he's got to go. We've got to get rid of him.
We've got to get rid of him. He is a pain. He's telling us all what we should be doing, so we're going to get rid of him.
We've got to get rid of him. Vote him off. Get rid of him.
So that is the reason why I would not take part.
Natalia, can you put a link to your Facebook page in the chat if you want to? Obviously, if you don't want to, or I don't know. If you want to, please do, and I'll put it through.
Yeah.
So that if anybody wants to join, if you want people to join, like I say, don't feel pressured into it. So because that'd be great. Because we're a bit worried, aren't we, that it's going to end up a bitch fest, which that's one thing, isn't it, in the industry? It's like on some of the, I'm sure this won't be the case in Natalia's page, but in some of the groups it does get a bit catty, doesn't it? And
you've only got to put a comment that asking for help or I'm going to be doing this.
I think that's Facebook generally, though, isn't it, or social media generally?
They're just jumping down your throats.
That's what's really great about the forum, is that there's.
Absolutely.
Well, not that I've seen anyway.
No,
it's just all
nice
constructive,
and suggesting
lovely
things
people,
and helping people, and that's really what it really should be all about, shouldn't it?
Andrew is the Gordon Ramsay of jewellery. Brilliant.
I don't swear, I don't shout, I'm all right, I'm a good boy.
Pardon?
I'm a good boy. What do you mean?
Okay.
I do get a bit frothy, I must admit. Marcia. Hello. Jill, everyone on here, good. Anyone applied for the next season? Has anybody? I know, we haven't seen much of they've done about 3 trailers, haven't they, for all the glitters? And there's one guy on it that I do recognise, and he was an At the Bench member, which I'm really pleased about, and he does some fantastic work, but I don't know who the others are. But it'd be interesting when they come on to see them and to jump onto their Facebook pages or Instagram pages and just to see what's going on. That'd be really interesting, wouldn't it? To see what work they're doing and to see what they've been doing since the programme has been recorded to now, and to see what they're doing. Because I reckon that's going to be a great indication on knowing who wins.
Just watch it and then you'll know.
Yeah, but I know you can watch it to the end, but as perhaps you can study their Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts and see how public they are and how, do you know what I mean? And perhaps we can get some insights into what's going on. Yeah. So there we go. Val, she says you're a good boy. Thank you, Victoria. That's good. I am a good boy. Good old Val. Val from VPR Refining, wasn't it? Oh, Val. Remember Val?
Oh, man, we all know Val.
We all know Val.
Everyone knows Val.
That Val. Yeah, that Val.
Hi, Nikki, thank you for sharing our video.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes. So did everybody see our video? It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. Did you see it? Let me know in the chat. If not, Louise will put a post to it. You can have a look at it afterwards. Oh, that was really cool. We were going to do a Dirty Dancing one, weren't we?
Oh, we still got the films, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be too cringe. I think people are going to go, those blooming berries, they get on my nerves, they're everywhere, they're sickening. So yeah, it was a bit.
So we've done the majority of the Dirty Dancing, the bit about no one puts babe in the corner, and the dancing and all that sort of thing. So we've done most of it, but there's a couple of things that we actually haven't done, and we were going to do it, but this one was a lot easier to do. I want to see the video link. The video's lovely. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. But yeah, it was a bit of fun. We did it one evening, didn't we? And then we tried to edit it. And then we were, fingers crossed, then the Facebook weren't going to block it because of the copyright of the music and so forth. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So Louise is going to quickly find that now and post it in the chat. And that's really about all we really got to say before we start the question and answer. So it was me, obviously, turning the lights on.
No, it was magic.
It was magic. It was magic. No, it was magic.
Don't spoil it. What'd you say that for?
Oh dear.
Right.
Place close that I used to order from. Kevin, where are you? Kevin, is it Kevin? Yeah, Kevin, honey, where are you? And we can probably certainly help you Where are you in the world? We will certainly have a look. Yeah, it was. We were going to do the music to Matilda, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then we were going to do the music to Wicked as well.
You didn't like
but
that.
I listened
though.
to that
You
and
don't
I
like
really
musicals,
thought,
do you?
I didn't really want to do that because it wasn't fast enough, wasn't upbeat enough, wasn't boom, 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 bit of tempo. Clock, we're talking about this. Louise and I have been talking about it. We're going to try and look for a little retro clock. Perhaps we can put, there we go, put on the box or in the box here that we can put on when we do the question and answer. So there's the little link that Louise has just put in the chat. Click on that. That'll take you to our little bit of a video just saying that we're open today. Come on and see the magic for yourself. Bit of dancing. I didn't do any dancing, but in the...
You do a dad dancer, don't you?
When do I do the dad dance?
All your dancing's dad dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Dirty Dancing, I would be doing the dancing bit.
You even made that look like a dad dance.
I don't know any other dance. There's only one dance when you get to my age, and that's a dad dance, isn't it? Unless you go really freaky. Woo. All right. So, if it's 4 o'clock, if you're watching this now, I should have mentioned this right at the very start. So if you're watching this on, not on repeat because we're not doing that content, but if you're watching this and it's recorded and you're not watching this live, the competition is over. Simple as that. The competition ended today at 6 p.m. And those who are watching now, that's 6 p.m, that's 2 hours in the future, but people who are watching this tomorrow, competition's finished. And we're gonna have a little bit of a competition today. So you may have seen on the Facebook groups and so forth and on At The Bench and Instagram that today we're having a little bit of a competition just to celebrate our 100. Well, how old am I, Louise? Our 1 year anniversary for doing these question and answers. We started this last year as not a little bit of fun, but something to help you guys, because with the shop being shut, we didn't have much to do at the beginning, so we thought. Turned out that we actually have so much to do, it's unbelievable. Who wants the intro again? We haven't really started the question and answer yet. So we started to do the question and answer to sort of help and to go onto YouTube and so forth. I thought there was only going to be a couple of weeks that we would do it. It turns out we've been doing it now for the last 52 weeks, the last year, and to celebrate that we got a little bit of a competition. So if you're watching at the moment, and I'll sort of mention it throughout this afternoon, if you want to enter to win a 1 year membership to At The Bench, or one of 2 6-month memberships to At The Bench, and one of 3 memberships, yeah?
I wasn't listening, sorry, say again.
Okay.
It's one 12 months.
One 1 year.
Yeah.
2 6 months.
I cannot remember what I said.
2 6 months
Was it?
and
It is
3
now, anyway.
and 3 3 months.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It is now anyway, yeah.
It is, yeah, so then that's what we're doing. So you can win one of all of them. So all you've got to do is stay tuned. Simple as that, stay tuned and you can be within a chance of winning. And if you're watching this, you know, that isn't on Tuesday, the 12th of April, the competition's finished. Simple as that. That's what we said on Facebook. That's what it is. I'm glad I can remember.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't remember what I put, yeah.
Thank you for that, Jill. Thank you very much indeed for that. Anything else we need to talk about, Louise?
I don't think so.
Are we all ready?
I think so.
Cool. Okay, so should we start?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything we need to? Yeah, everything's okay. All right then. So well, yeah.
You're going to do the introduction now, are you?
I'm going to do my introduction, yeah.
Okay.
It's the 12th of April. It's the 12th of April.
It's going to ruin it, I won't.
It's the 12th of April. Welcome to our question and answer. This is our 1 year anniversary of doing our question and answer, 12th of April 2021. It is Monday, 4 p.m, usual thing, usual time, usual place. Good to see everybody coming on this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming on. If you want to know about the competition that we're going to be running a little bit later on, you don't know when, you don't know where, we know where. We're going to be giving you a 1 12-month membership, 2 6 months, and 3 3 months memberships to At The Bench. You can win one of those just by sticking around and only people who are actually watching this today will be able to enter, because we're putting a few things in the chat that you have to look at. So we are going to start our question and answer. I'm looking a bit dapper today, a little bit of a new image for the shop, being a bit smarter, like to dress up a bit. I don't want to walk around in jeans and t-shirt or jeans and polo tops anymore. We've got a nice look about us. Jason's got some new clothes. Louise has got some gorgeous clothes. Sharon's looking smart as well. So that is all that we are going to say. Nice.
Okay, I'm just linking Natalia's discussion page.
Cool.
I'm going to put it on my little deck here so that I can...
All right, good.
I can share it. Oh, I don't want to do that one because that's my... What's that? Don't need that anymore, do we?
No. There we go. So Louise is putting a few little things in the stream deck regarding the competition and some links that we're going to be putting up later on in this question and answer. Cool. We were thinking of doing a Zoom, weren't we, for this one, but we just didn't have time. We just don't know where the time goes, do we?
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just.
No, that's okay.
So if I stick it on there, I can reshare it really quickly.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Natalia.
Yeah, thank you, Natalia, for that. Really good of you. Okay, so Louise, May.
Let me just see if it works. Yay. Okay. Cool. Brilliant.
So that little link that Louise has just put up there, the Facebook ATG fan page, is all about the All That Glitters, which is the BBC Two programme that starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. on all about All That Glitters, about the 8 jewellers getting together like a bake-off. They're classing it as the next sort of bake-off. There's a little link for everyone to have a chat about it, chat what goes on, about techniques and the people who are taking part, and that should be really, really good. So Louise, May...
Hang on, let me just...
Sorry, Louise, carry on. So hope everyone's okay. Wales and England have all started back non-essential shops, so we are open, hence the smart look that I've got at the moment. We've all started back today. It's been really, really busy. Everyone wants their batteries changed. We've done a few watch straps and repairs today, and it's looking really, really good.
Really, halfway through a jug of G&T.
What? Already? 4:05? Don't blame you. Good. Okay, Louise, may we have our first question, please?
Okay, let me see. Hang on, let me go back to the top. Okay, so Fiona is asking about gold plating. Where can I get this done? And I imagine it is done just before stone setting. Any other bits I should be thinking about?
So ideally, gold plating should be the last thing. You don't want to have items gold plated and then set stones afterwards, depending on what you're doing and how and where you're setting the stones to. But the gold plating should be the last thing that needs to be done to the piece. So depending on where you're going to be putting your stones, obviously, but I would set the stones, polish it. I would get it as a finished item, as in there's the item to the customer. You know, that is the finished item. Then send that off then to your gold platers, your plating people, and then when you have it back, it's just perfect, and then you can give it to your customer. You don't want to be going messing around afterwards after you have had it gold plated. Where? Now, if you're in the UK, there's quite a few platers up in Birmingham that I would recommend, definitely. You can have to state what thickness you want. Is it just like a flash plating? Is it vermeil? Yeah, vermeil. Is that how you say it? Vermeil, which is a bit of a thicker plating. So you have to state, and obviously the cost then will go up if you want a thicker plating. So the piece has to be finished, then you send it off to your platers, but I can't recommend it platers. You're just gonna have to do a bit of research in the UK. I don't know anybody abroad, I'm afraid. In the UK, the majority are up in Birmingham. There are quite a few platers. Just search metal platers, and there are a few in Birmingham. So just do a bit of Googling for that, and you should be fine. My monitor should be a little bit higher, it's not by the camera. Okay, Louise, maybe have a next question, please.
Yes, Voices Forever. Can Andrew give us some basics on metals for enameling?
Any sort of metal is going to be suitable for enameling, but what you've got to remember, you usually have to counter enamel, because when you put got this up here from last week, so we need to keep making tools, and we need to keep that down there further. So when you have your sheet of metal, okay, and then the enamel goes on top, you put your powder on the top, yeah, then you fire it. What is going to happen is that the metal is likely to be stressed where the enamel is, okay? So this, oh, ooh, look, we've got money coming in, have we?
No. I think
woo! Someone's actually, yes, thank you very much, Jessie. Thank you very much indeed. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much indeed. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for being you. Ah, you are kind. I'm going to turn these off now. It's cool. Thank you very much indeed. Really do appreciate it. It works today.
It works.
Straight out of the box.
Yay.
So the metal is going to be stressed, and there's a chance that the metal is going to bend, okay, because of the enamel pulling on that top surface. So what you have to do, you have to counter enamel. So what you do is, for instance, if you're doing something like a copper dish or a copper plate or a copper brooch or silver brooch, you'd always enamel the back of the piece as well. So you'd have to put like a simple little bit of a layer on the back, or on the one side first of all, nice thin layer, perhaps white or translucent, put that in the kiln, fire it until it's enameled, then you take it out, turn it over, then you put your desired pattern on the other side, then you can put it back in the kiln. It's not going to ruin this bit of enameling because you have those three-sided little doofers, little stands that locate on the edge, and then there's even amount of tension on both sides of the metal. So the metal isn't going to flex, because obviously if the metal is flexing and it's being pulled by the enamel, there's a chance the enamel will crack. And that's why a couple of my pieces in the little cabinet, Louise, in case you notice a few little flecks of enamel coming off, is because I hadn't counter enameled the back of it. So that would be the reason. Metals, silver, you can use some fine silver. If you do start to do some soldering jobs on the piece, make sure you start off with enameling solder, which melts at a higher temperature than hard solder. That is what you're going to need before it goes in the kiln, because obviously the heat in the kiln, if you use an easy solder, there's a chance that that solder is all just going to go and all melt. So make sure you use a hard solder and try and keep using just hard solder. And what metals? Any sort of metals would be fine. Copper is ideal. Sometimes you have to put a white layer on copper first before you put a colour on there, so you get the actual true colour of the enamels coming through. Otherwise you get the colour of the copper sort of tinting that top layer. But yeah, silver, gold, copper would be absolutely fine. Louise, maybe have our next question, please.
Yeah, Christine has asked.
Just drop my camera down on this.
Viewers can't see, I can't see actually either the likes and dislike count. So I think we need to go into advanced settings somewhere, or you do on your login.
Okay.
So we'll look at that, yes, because a few people are mentioning that.
Okay.
So we can make it visible again.
Yeah, I don't know why, so it'd be on that one there. But we'll have a look at that afterwards.
I think you clicked on something that's knocked them off.
Knocked them off.
Yeah.
Do apologise,
So,
but
yeah, we will.
We'll look at the likes and dislikes. Yes,
we can get them back.
Thank
Okay.
you very much. Yes.
Isabel is saying, hi Andrew, hi Louise and Andrew. My question, in which cases do you prefer fusing two pieces of silver instead of soldering them, please?
Okay. So
Oh,
what
woo,
metal?
woo, 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 woo.
What metal? Ooh, Voices Forever. Thank you
not
very
going,
much.
but
It's not going today. Woo, 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 woo. Hang on. Was it what metal? Did we say what metal?
Silver. In which
Silver.
cases do you prefer
There
fusing
you
two
go.
pieces of silver?
Woo, woo, woo. Thank you, Voices Forever. I do appreciate it. Don't know what happened to that one then. Okay, silver. I personally don't make anything in fine silver. And fusing, you can do it. The only time that I would fuse is I would actually fuse platinum and weld platinum together. But personally speaking, I don't fuse silver. People will actually fuse simple ring shanks together, or they will fuse bezels onto the sheets, the backing plates. I don't want to try and do that. I find that's going to be a little bit too dangerous for me. You have to know exactly when that metal is just going to go and the flash. So when would I do it? I would do it on plain simple bands. and you can be sure then there's no solder joint in it, and those bands are going to be nice and strong. But apart from that, I don't have much experience with fusing unless you're doing it with platinum, and then you put the little sliver of metal between the ends, and then you melt that sliver to make a nice welded joint. So I'm sorry, I really can't help you too much with fusing, but plain bands is when I would actually do it. Next question then, please.
Okay, Julia is asking, can you tell me if it makes any difference whether my metal is annealed or work hardened when it comes to using a disc cutter or when filing?
I would not have thought it would make an awful lot of difference. A disc cutter is going to be powered by electric, and I wouldn't have thought it would matter too much. When it comes to filing, I don't really think it would matter again too much. If you're working with steel and you've got a soft bit of steel and a hardened, like a case hardened piece of steel, obviously the surface has been hardened, then you would notice a difference if you were trying to file it. But when it comes to silver, I don't think you're going to notice an awful lot of difference when it comes to filing it. It's just basically the metal itself, the whole body of the metal is going to be a little bit tougher, a little bit harder, and not just the surface. So personally, I don't think there'll be much of a difference, to be honest, if you're using a disc cutter or some sort of grinding wheel or filing it between annealed and semi-hardened and hardened, to be honest. Next question, please, Louise.
Okay. Louise is asking, when you are quoting, not me, another Louise, when you are quoting to make a piece, do you price it for the whole bit of silver you need to buy, or make piece, or just for the actual amount of silver used to make the piece?
If you are working on, for argument's sake, my argument was, if you've got a strip of metal, okay, there's your strip of metal, and you want to make a ring, okay, and you've bought, you know, a length of metal, and you make it up into a ring, and you have a small little bit on the end, so you mark it off, and you've got a small little piece on either end. Just price for the whole piece, okay, because those little pieces you can't really use again, can you? If you are buying a sheet, okay, and you buy a nice big sheet like this, and that costs you, say, £15 for argument's sake, okay, and then you come along and you cut out a nice little shape like this, I would not price that at £15 because you've got all this metal around you that is usable. You can reuse it for another project and so forth. But if you've had a piece of metal and your piece of metal will just fit that shape that you've cut out, I would price up for that little piece there. So I suppose if you're looking at it and you've got a nice bit of metal like that that costs £15 and you're basically using a quarter of it, so ignore all these little bits, you're using a quarter of 15, I would actually charge, you know, £3.75, a quarter of that for that little section. And these little bits around here are your perks. Whether you can use them or not, those would be your perks. So that's what I would do. If your piece, your bit of metal is square and you've got to cut out a circle, I would price up for a square, if that makes sense. So that is what I've got. Your stomach bit.
It was my stomach, yeah.
So I think if you are working on a piece and you've bought the metal and the bits of metal that you cut off that piece are not really reusable in the form that they are, I would charge for them, because those are the little bits that fall in your, you know, for argument's sake, you know, there's a little bit of bezel here, okay? You can't really use that. So I would price up the bezel that would be included in that little bit, and that little bit there is my perk. That is the way I would look at it. But if you've got a 6-inch piece of metal, don't charge for a 6-inch piece of metal if you're only using 3-inch, because you've got a usable piece as well after that. So that is the way I would do it, certainly. Next question, please.
Okay, Certified Hassan is asking, how do you make bead chains?
Bead chains.
Bead chains.
Wouldn't make them by hand, not at all. I assume the ones like a bead and then a piece of stiff bit of wire and then another bead, yeah, and then like a stiff bit of wire, and then another bead. No, those are all made by machine. Never ever consider making them by hand, because the problem is you can make the spheres, but then you've got to try and link them. And if you're trying to make enough spheres to go around a necklace, good luck to you. You'll be there a long, long time, and the cost of that will be astronomical. So beaded chains are not normally made by hand. They're made by machine, and the machine just stamps and stamps and stamps. It stamps out the shape, and then it folds it into the form, stamps out the shape, folds it into a form, and as it folds it into a form, it then, there's a little tang that comes out of this bead that goes into that bead, and it forms it around the tang. Okay, the tang's on this bit of bead here, it comes along, stamps it out, forms it around the tang, and so forth. So I'd never ever consider it, unless you want to. Absolutely. Maybe have a next question, please, Louise.
Okay, H. Van Straten. Andrew, when annealing 14 karat white gold palladium, do you have to pickle it after every annealing? Are there any things that one should be aware of when working in this metal? This is my first effort.
If it's white gold, I would heat it and leave it and let it cool down gradually. Once it's cooled down and there's no heat to it, then you can put it in your pickle if you feel that you need it, and that will get rid of any oxides, should any oxides be on it. But what I would never do with white gold is heat it up to anneal it and then quench it in your pickle, quench it in your acid, or quench it in water. I feel that, and a lot of people have said that any white gold, it causes the metal to go very, very brittle. So if it's a yellow gold, I would let the metal go straight away into the acid. If it's white, leave it to cool until there's no heat to it, and pickle it afterwards. You don't have to pickle it after every annealing, only when you feel that it needs to be cleaned, basically. That's it. That's my answer. These are quite quick questions today, aren't they? Next question then, please, Louise.
Okay. Alex is asking, how can you easily tell if a setting burr is 90 or 70 degrees?
You just have to look by eye. So you've got your setting burr like this, and this angle you've got to look at, okay? So that is the angle between there and there. You can usually tell because the 90 degree, the cuts, the angles here are pretty much the same. They're basically mirror images of each other at the 90 degrees. So that's like 45 and that's 45. But the 70s are going to be a little bit shallower, that are going to look something like that. So that's the only way you can tell, is looking at the corners here. If it looks like 90, if it's quite large, it's going to be 90. If it's a little bit shallower, it could be a 60 or it could be a 70. But that's the best way that you can look. Nice and easy question now. And don't forget, carry on watching today, because a little bit later on, we are going to be telling you how you can win some memberships to At The Bench. So keep tuned. Next question, please, Louise.
And join Natalia's group.
Oh, and Natalia's group.
Page on the...
Natalia has made a Facebook page for All That Glitters.
I've just put the link in.
Excellent. Go and click on that. Go and follow that, and we'll have a chat all about All That Glitters when it starts tomorrow, or even starting today, couldn't we? We could have a chat about what's going on and how it's going to progress and what we think. So, yeah, click on Natalia's link there and go and join her little Facebook page, and we'll have a good chat on there, shall we? But it's a very good idea. Thank you for that. Next question, please.
Okay, Jessie is saying, thank you for responding to my bail question on the forum. Was hoping though to see different kinds of bales being soldered to bales.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Different kind of bales to bezels.
Bales to bezels. I suppose. The phone's coming again. I can't remember now what we did, whether we posted the links to the films, just making bales. I suppose we could do another film, couldn't we, on how to attach bales. Whoa, money! Woohoo! Thank you very much. Natalia, thank you, Natalia. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Bales.
Makes a noise as well.
It does.
Speaking of noises, no, I won't. I'll save that for later. I've got another ghost story for you.
Thank you very much, Natalia. Do appreciate that. Let me turn this off now. There you go. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it, Natalia. Thank you very much indeed. So yeah, I'll have to make another few films on soldering the different bales to bezels. Apologise we haven't done one so far. But yeah, thank you so much. Next question.
Okay. Kevin is asking, does anyone know where I can get gold and silver wire? The place close that I used to order from.
Yeah, so we need to know where you are, Kevin. So if you can just let us know in the chat where you are, one of us can help you.
VA, USA.
British BA?
VA.
VA, Vancouver.
Vancouver?
Is that Vancouver?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there'd be somebody within the chat. Obviously, in America, you've got places like Rio Grande. You've got, Harbour. Guess Wine. You've got Stuller. They're the main players.
There's a few suggestions, so hopefully that's helped you out, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the main places in America: Stuller, Rio Grande, and Guess Wine. Those are the major players, I think, in America. You can contact them, look them up on the internet, and they would happily sell them. Virginia, sorry, I do apologise. Okay. Maybe have the next question, please, Louise.
Yes. Okay. Right. Victoria is asking, can I 925 stamp an inlay ring once it's been inlaid, or will I smash it?
Say again, can I stamp it?
Can I stamp an inlay ring? Can I 925 stamp an inlay ring?
I would personally do the stamping beforehand. I think you've got to think about things in order. If I do this and I have to do this afterwards, what is going to happen? And that's the way I look at when I'm making things. If I solder this piece on, what have I got to do afterwards? Well, I've got to polish it. So if I've got to polish it, can I do something now that will make my life easier once I've soldered? So if I can polish it beforehand, make my life easier, I would do it then. And I think that's likewise you've got to think about when you're doing your stamping, is the fact that, okay, so that's my piece. If I stamp it now and I inlay it afterwards, is that the best thing? Or if I inlay it now and I stamp afterwards, what's going to happen? So personally, I would always do the stamping, always doing the manufacturing, the filing, the polishing and everything before you do any inlay work. And the inlay should be one of the last things that you do. Inlay it and then you can just polish the surface or polish the rails or the bezel or whatever it is you're trying to do afterwards, after all the manufacturing side has been done. So definitely do it that way, yes. Okay. I did see someone on there about, have you ever thought about taking submissions from At The Bench members to critique on these Q&As? Not quite sure.
I think, do you mean discuss people's, or feedback? Do you mean give feedback on people's pieces that they've been working on? Is that what you mean, the mob?
Not quite sure.
I think that's what you mean.
Yeah, critiques on these Q&As.
Because you do feedback privately, don't you, for At The Bench members?
Yes. To critique submissions, I'm not quite sure.
Do you mean critique from the members? Because there's a section for that as well, isn't there?
Members gallery, they can put thumbs up and things like that on it as well. They can talk about.
They can thumbs up, but we haven't got a thumbs down because we don't like thumbs down.
We don't like thumbs down.
Well, I know, but I don't want people negging other people.
No, we don't like that, so that's not possible.
Like it if you like it, just say nothing if you don't. Or you can be constructive.
You can comment on pictures as well in the members gallery. But give us a bit more information, basically. Give a bit more information about exactly what you mean by the mob, and we'll happily have a chat, by all means. Okay, Louise, may we have our next question? Sure. I think have we forgotten something?
Showing a piece of jewellery they made,
Yeah, so if you remember At The Bench, you can go to the members gallery and you can upload an image or images or progress shots, whatever you've got, and then people then members come on and they can give you thumbs up, or they can comment on the actual pictures.
Show a piece of jewellery they made. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we can do that. That's on there already, on At The Bench. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool.
you can send it directly to Andrew or ask the members.
It's members gallery, exactly. Okay.
Can you recommend a piece of jewellery for my wife that will make her love me again? Oh. Everybody. Yeah. What would you recommend?
Don't know. Don't know.
I'm gonna have a think about that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have another question, shall we?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ear to the ground. On fine silver, what is the best wire size for making bails on pendants, please? 18 or maybe 20 gauges.
Okay, here we go on gauges again. Hang on, where's my bit of paper? What age? I should off again. Off again. You fell off my stool then. Off again. Thank you, whoever. Come on, thank you very much indeed. We have to get this going off again. Nothing's come up, but thank you anyway. Oh, good. So 18 gauge, 20 gauge. Come on, Andrew. You need to get your gauges going right, don't you? 18, 20 gauge. 0.81.
Nothing's happened.
Oh, we got this going on.
Why is that? Oh, does she like red? Schnibbler. Maybe that's a sign.
Maybe it's a sign.
Maybe
she wants something red.
Does she like red?
We'll have to find out.
It's Mrs. Lewis speaking from beyond the grave.
Okay. So sorry. What was the question, Louise? Sorry.
On fine silver, what is the best wire size for making bails on pendants, please? 18 or maybe 20 gauge.
So 18 or 20 gauge. So that's what's there? 0.81 or 1. I think with fine silver, because it is, it's going to be soft. That I would say the thicker. Not the thicker the better, but if you've got a choice of different gauges, go for the thicker, go for the 20 gauge, is it, the 1 millimeter, definitely. 0.8, I think is going to be just a little bit too thin, and that's going to wear out a little bit too quickly. But make it thick enough to give longevity to the piece, most definitely with that. And why are you using fine silver? Is it because the pendant is fine silver? If you've got a pendant that is not fine silver, well then don't use a fine silver bail, use a sterling silver, which is going to be a lot harder wearing than a fine silver. So if it's sterling pendant, use a sterling bail or sterling rings. If you've got a fine silver pendant, well then yes, a fine silver bail or fine silver jump rings would have to go with that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure. I keep thinking, I think we've forgotten something, but I'm not quite sure what it is. A personalised pendant, is it? Yeah. So if it's fine silver, definitely use a thicker gauge. Obviously, you can't go too thick. It's going to look a bit odd, but you're going to have something that is representative to the piece itself. So 1 millimeter, your 20 gauge would be fine, definitely. Next question, please, Louise.
Nikki, where did you get your shirt from, Louise? I love it. It suits you well. Oh, thank you. Hawes and Curtis. That's Hawes. H-A-W-E-S, not spelled any other way. I just realised that sounded like I don't buy my clothes from somewhere like, yeah.
H-A-W-E-S.
Yes.
Hawes,
not.
And Curtis. Okay, let's not go with that.
Yeah. Hawes and Curtis, thanks.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
And you do have another one as well that is really nice and flowery.
It's even louder than this, yeah.
It's louder than that.
Even louder than this, yeah.
Next question.
Okay, Judy is asking, oh hi, I'm from the US. Is there a copper solder that blends with copper and not show?
There is.
Yeah.
There is a copper solder. We talked about this in the past. You can get a copper-coloured copper solder from, I think it was from, is it from Rio or from Guess Wine, I think, if I remember right. You can use silver, but as you say, it's not the right colour for copper. You can then get like something that would paint over the silver solder to make it copper colour. But I know, and somebody has mentioned in the chat a while ago about a copper coloured solder for copper. But I don't know exactly where it is. But just check out places like Guess Wine or Stuller or Rio Grande for a copper solder, and they should be able to have something on there for you. I do apologise, I can't be any more. Rio, there we go. So thank you, Susan. Rio has a copper solder that should be copper colour. Thank you for that. I knew there's somebody in the chat that would help. Next question.
Okay, Striker XL. I have done Alan Revere's box ring. I decided to put a folded piece of copper in the box instead of a flat top. Is there a way to solder that from the inside without being able to see the solder?
Ooh. Folded piece of copper in the top, but you want to solder it from the inside. Can you not put the liner on the inside of the ring until you've put that folded piece of copper on the top, so you can get in from the inside to solder it, and then once you've done that, then put the liner inside the ring. So I think Alan Revere goes on shaping it and making it, and then putting so as I said, the ring, the liner on the inside, then he does something to the top. But do it the other way around. Keep that liner out, put the folded copper on top, and then solder on the inside. And then you can get to the inside then, can't you, before you put the liner in. I'm sure you can. Just try it out. And that's the best thing about it, is just to experiment and try things out. Absolutely. Next question then, please, Louise.
Okay. Saturday 31, the only thing you don't have on at the bench is a step bezel. Can you show us how you do that, please?
Step bezel. Do you mean what? Okay, so when you say step bezel, I've got films on at the bench showing how to make a step bezel, and I've soldered a thick wire alongside a thin long bit of wire. I've done that, and I've soldered this against that. I know there's definitely that on there, making a step bezel. It's in one of the projects. It's not necessarily mentioned, but it's in one of the early films that we've done some bezels to. But again, this is the best thing about At the Bench. And don't forget, keep staying tuned, because you've got a chance of winning some memberships. What we'll do, because what we do, the best thing, one of the good things about At the Bench is the fact that we take feedback from you guys. So we just don't produce films on projects, okay? There's lots of other places that will just do project. But if you say, I want a film on how to make bales, we will produce a film. I want a film on how to solder bales to bezels. You tell us, we'll do the film. You want us to show you how to make step bezels. You just got to tell us, and we will produce it. And that is one of the best things. It's completely interactive, and whatever you want to see, we will do. Not just projects, but also techniques and tools as well. So if that's what you mean, how to make a step bezel like this, soldering like perhaps a square piece onto a rectangular piece, and then using that then to make up a bezel, certainly, if that's what it is, just let me know in the, just hurt my voice now, getting a bit frothy. Mention it in the chat, and we'll certainly, definitely add it to the list of films for At the Bench. Absolutely. So stay tuned. We've got a few little things coming on in about 10-15 minutes time that enables you to win some membership. So what have we got, Louise? We got
one 12-month.
One 12-month. We got 2 6 months and 3 months. So we got those memberships coming up for free.
If you're already a member, please do enter, because we can add the time onto your existing membership. So all it means is when you come round to renew, then
we just add that onto
we'll
your
just
membership.
add it on. And if you're a monthly, we'll just suspend your payments until
the time comes.
We'll work it out. Yeah,
absolutely. So don't forget.
You don't have to miss out just because you've already paid.
Yeah. So 150 people of you. There's going to be 4 of you, 5 of you that's going to win a membership. 6. Sorry, yeah. I didn't count. 6. So there's six of you, 152 people. So if there's anybody who is watching that feels that a friend could benefit from this, you literally have 10 minutes to contact them to come on and watch this, because a little bit later on, before 5 o'clock, we're going to be showing you and telling you how you can win one of 6 memberships, but only to those people now who are watching. And I think when we announce it, you've got 1 hour to enter. Simple as that. So crack on, tell your friends, get them to watch, and also if they're new, please get them to ding to subscribe, isn't it, Louise? Ding, and smash the little bell icon on the end there to be notified when films go live. Yeah, so get them to subscribe. Okay, Louise, I'm talking too much. Next question, please.
Lisa saying, can you explain the membership?
Yes, membership. So you can join, if without the competition, you can join for 12 months, £180. Or you can join for a month, and it's a recurring membership, £20 a month. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Yeah? So that's it. And
access to...
Yeah, then you have access to 1,500 and 1,600 films. You get access to me. You can use the contact form to contact me directly for feedback upon projects. There's a separate section. You can upload pictures. You can save favourite films to a project. Say you're doing a bezel project and you watch some films, you can save them to your little bezel project folder. You can add pictures to your bezel project folder, for instance. Then you can then send me those pictures and contact me if you're having problems and so forth. So you can contact me directly for help. You can post things into the members gallery once you've finished your piece.
Forum.
Or You can also come along on, thank you Louise for that subtle thing, you can also go onto the forum and have a chat about tools and goodness knows what, metalsmithing, gemstones and chatting, tips, techniques and all that sort of paraphernalia. You've got all there's members discounts on there, there's resources section, there's films on, there's projects, there's techniques. We review the latest films. No, we don't. Review the latest, what's his name? Anyway, no, don't worry. We review the latest tools as well. We get involved with that. We give you chance of winning tools as well.
But you don't have to commit for a year. You can just try it for a month, and if you like it, then you can save money by subscribing for the year. Yeah, whatever. You might win.
Absolutely. Yep. And if you're on today, 158 of you, 6 of you have got a chance to win one 12-month or one of 2 6 months or one of 3 3-month memberships to At The Bench. As I said, if you're a member already, you can still enter. We'll just extend your membership. It's as simple as that. And that's I think there's no other training site out there that offers this much interaction. We do these Q&As as well, where we have a chat. You got any problems, any questions, you put them in the chat, get them in there nice and early, and we'll answer them. As I said, we've got the forum on the website. We've got the interaction with all the members. We've got interaction with me as well. So if you want films, there's a film suggestions box. We'll do films based upon what you want. You have a problem soldering something to something and you have problems, let me know and we'll produce a film for you and everybody, for the thousands of members, because they may be having that same problem as well. And we do a lot of these. A lot of people contact us, how do I do this? How do I get this texture and so forth? So we respond to that by looking at the pictures and going, because there's a nice one coming out at the moment that we're sort of doing this one. This is a gorgeous one. This is what a member called Shelley is, this gorgeous swivel ring. She said, I love this, how do I make it? So we're producing films just aimed for you, okay? It's not general for the masses. If you want a technique, a tools or project, let me know and we'll make the films. So you don't have to make do with what's out there. We do things specifically for you. And
you get support then when you come to make it, because you can
absolutely
get feedback from you.
Yeah, and you know, the list is growing all the time, as you've seen today. So we've got to do a spinner ring, add in the extra bits onto the ring. We've got to do bales to bezels. We've got to do step bezels. So we're constantly adding to the library based upon what you want to see. Hope that isn't too boring. Let's have the next question, please.
Okay. Gina is asking, can I sweat solder layer upon layer?
Yes.
And what solders to use?
Yes, you can. You can solder layer upon layer. If you're doing a Cheats Moku Garnet, you can do cheats. Instead of fusing all the layers together, you can solder them all together. Silver solder if you're using silver, gold solder if you're using gold. Obviously, it depends on what stage of the manufacture you're going to be sweat soldering different layers. I'd always try and use a hard, because then you can then carry on adding pieces to it and shaping it, bending it, cutting it and so forth, and then using slightly lower temperature solders. But always start off with the hottest temperature, but yes, you can. You want the Louise?
I was going to do a woo, but it was from before, it's okay. Yeah.
So you're going a bit loopy then, my dear?
Yes, I got a bit overexcited. Yeah.
Next question, please.
Okay, Alexander is asking, do you have any experience in raising particularly things like cups or bowls?
I don't, I'm afraid. I remember when I was in uni, a few of my friends did it and it looked absolutely amazing, getting this flat sheet and hammering and shaping it into like a glorious bowls. I'm afraid I don't have any experience as well, and I don't try and pretend either that I have experience, because I don't. Thank you, Julian. I am looking smart today. Look at dapper, look at me. Nice and smart. This is my new look for work. Just thought I'd up the game a bit. Or Louise is up the game. Obviously, Louise is up the game because she's always looking so smart, and I got to try and catch up and keep up with her. As I said, even Jason has got some new trousers and some new shirts. Well, he has one pair of trousers and one shirt. I don't know how many others he's got. It's not going to be the same trousers and shirt all week, but we'll have to see. The week will let us know.
I don't think he'll do that.
Okay, Louise. Yes. How do I participate?
That info's on its way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got the competition coming out very, very shortly. So don't forget, please, if there's anybody who you feel can benefit, just let them know, share this film, share this live. Come on and we'll let you know. Wrong key. There we go, Louise. Then we have a next question.
Okay, Voices Forever. Is sterling better than fine silver or copper?
Is sterling better than fine
Then
silver?
fine silver, copper.
Depends on what you're doing with it. I would always use a sterling silver because it is going to be stronger than fine silver because of the extra alloys that have been added to it that gives it perhaps a bit more strength, a bit more malleability, perhaps not malleability because fine silver is best for that, and also better properties, hardware and properties. So I would always try and go for something that's an alloy. Copper depends on what you're trying to do with the copper. But for me, if I'm making up some little samples, I just want to play with something, I would always use a bit of silver because you can melt a bit of a blob of silver down, hammer it, shape it, file it, and you can make it a lot easier than if you had a bit of copper. So for me, any models, masters, samples, trial and errors, does this work? Can I do this? Can I cast this? I always use silver because you can always reuse the silver time and time again. Next question, please, my dear.
Okay, Magic Stones is asking ochre / easy torch versus sievert, which is better?
Depending where you are in the world, if you're in the US, you can't get sievert, so it'd have to be the easy and the ochre. There's no real difference otherwise. I've used an easy torch. The interchangeable nozzles are pretty good, just as good as the sievert. The advantage with the sievert is you can get the pencil nozzle and you can also get the extra neck and the big burners as well. So if I had a choice in the UK, I would always go for sievert. Perhaps I would do that also if I'm in the EU as well, 'cause I'm sure you can get sievert in the EU. But when it comes to America, you can't get sievert in America. So yes, hokey or the ochre for definite if that is the case. Next question.
Okay.
Silver is ductile. Actually, silver is very, very ductile. Silver is, that's right. It is. I don't know what the statistics are, how far you can draw down like an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold, but it's amazing. Sorry, Louise. Yeah, next question. Sorry. I'm just rambling now.
Okay. Sandra is asking, when fusing fine dust to a surface, does it matter if it's fine or sterling? Do you use flux?
Oh gosh, people tend to use some fine silver because solder tends to flood the area. So I think you're better off using some fine silver, or at least having some fine silver layer with perhaps some sterling silver filings upon it. But don't heat those filings. What you need to do really is to heat the main body of the metal. So as soon as the surface flashes, the heat will be transferred through to the little filings and they will fuse onto the main. Try not to use solder. I don't think it'll work because the solder just floods and that nice granulated, rough, powdery, grainy look will be lost because the solder just floods it all out. So definitely use some fine silver for the backing, and then you can use your filings to sort of fuse the filings onto it, definitely. Next question.
Do you have special prices for people who live in Mexico? It's very expensive. We don't, I don't we do, we can't, can we?
Unfortunately, no, we don't do special prices.
We do quite often, usually around about twice a year, do a half price offer.
Yes.
So if you register as a Freeview member, you'll get notified when those special offers come up. So that might be useful.
Absolutely.
For you.
Yeah. So although we don't offer a discount.
And that's everybody, not just in Mexico. You can all do that.
So yeah, we do them
on new memberships. That is not on renewals, because obviously you renew it at half price anyway, so the first price is full price, and then after that, when you renew,
you have a renewal price.
You have the renewal price, but the initial price, if it's a new membership, I think it's usually
like the renewal price is
isn't it?
the renewal price is £99. New membership there'll be £99 if whenever we do it. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that might be a good option.
Yes. So apologies for that.
Yeah,
but we can't make a special allowance for different countries. I'm afraid.
Yeah,
it
has to be fair, doesn't it?
Not possible.
Yeah, sorry, but yeah, if you join as a Freeview member, we can you'll get notified when it's half price.
Yes. Okay.
As will everybody else. Yeah. Okay. Voices Forever. Can you solder after enameling?
Technically, no. But you can. There are ways of doing this. I know we do things like a Masonic signet rings with the head swivels. Yep. And one side has the Masonic blue with the the dividers on it, and the other side is plain. The pins wear so you can solder right close to the enamel, but not anywhere on the enamel because of the, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm not going into my accents again, are we yet? No.
No.
No, not yet. So say here is your Masonic idea here, and here is the signet ring that comes round. That's a swivel. There are little pins in the side here that go through into the swiveling head. You can solder on the outside. So yes, you can solder very close to the enamel, but I would not recommend it. Try and get all the enameling done beforehand. Sorry, all your soldering done beforehand, and then enamel afterwards. When are we going to announce this competition, Louise?
Do you want it now?
10 to? Ooh,
yeah.
Any second. Let's have another question then.
Okay, did I miss one? Lynn, no, it wasn't Lynn, sorry. Somebody said they put their question on super early before we started.
Ooh,
Krista.
Right.
I didn't see a question, I'm so sorry. Can you...
do? Yeah, please can you mention it again?
Yeah,
please can you mention it again?
I'm sorry.
Do appreciate it. And just a bit of a heads up, bit of a not pre-warning, but a little bit of a, not seeing a spoiler, but anyway, we're going to be doing a collab with somebody very, very shortly in a few months' time. That's all we're going to say. We're going to be collabing with somebody.
I'm very excited about it.
Very excited about that. In July, isn't it? In July, we're collabing. We got a special guest coming to the At the Bench HQ, and we're going to be doing a Q&A with somebody who, and we'll let you know over the next couple of weeks about what that is going to be all about. And yeah, a nice collab. It should be really good. Louise is very excited about this.
I'm very excited.
Very excited. Do we have that yet? Do we have the new question coming in? Just use hard solder, that will withstand the kiln heating. It will. You're better off using something like enameling solder, because that is an even higher melting temperature, and your joints should be fine with that. Next question then, please, Louise.
Okay. Let's see. You opening a bag of sweets? Or?
Some sweets. Shh. Can't do it very quietly, can I, with the microphone on?
Okay. Let's see.
You know, my couple of rings.
Oh, thanks. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Chat. Okay. Regarding Janet is asking regarding the conversation on silver dust. What effect does it give, and how is it being used?
It gives you like a depends if you have. You can do it in different metals, and that is where you'll see the best results. If you have a silver base and have some gold little filings, and what you need to do, you need to get a big bastard file, and I'm not swearing, it's a big bastard. The file is called a bastard file. Louise isn't even laughing now, she's so used to me saying this.
You can get bastard amber as well.
You can get bastard amber, can you?
It's, I think it's cloudy. It's got that many bubbles of gas in it, which are too small usually to see with the naked eye, that it looks like a cloud. And that's, which I think that's correct, is
called bastard amber.
It's called bastard amber, yeah.
Okay.
See, we can all swear, can't we, legitimately?
So, you need to get a nice big rough coarse file, bit of gold, get all those filings. And if you then fuse that onto some silver, it'll look like tiny little granules, almost like little stars, okay? Then, if you can get some liver of sulfur on the silver, so the silver is black, but obviously it won't coat the gold tiny little filings, and that's when you'll see the best sort of result. There's loads of pictures on Google, on the internet, with these fused filings, and they look absolutely amazing. I've done it a few times. It's not something that I would do on a regular basis, but we've done a few projects on At the Bench showing how to do it. But the best result, as I said, is different colour metals, preferably silver base, gold filings. Looks like little twinkling stars on a black sky. Looks really, really fab. What should we do now, Louise? Should we... Can
I just read you Krista's question, because she came on super early.
Sure. Absolutely.
I got some lovely used files from eBay, and I am unsure how to clean them since they're a bit dingy looking. Not anything stuck in teeth though. Okay,
so the best way to clean files. some files will lose their sharpness. There is an acid that you can put the files in that will etch them, that will remove a very small layer of steel from the files that then should, in theory, bring back a little bit more sharpness to the files. What I would do, if you want to remove some, just frantically looking around in my tray here. Here we go. Got a bit of copper. So the best way to clean a file. Let's have a quick look, see if I've got a file here that you can do a bit of cleaning. Let's have a see if we can get camera number 3, please. So see how close can we go with this. So this is a pillar file. Not quite sure if let's have a look at this one. So this is a ring file, and you may be able to see we've got all this little bit of silver that is caught in the file. Get a piece of copper, and when you look at a file, you'll see there are lines, and on this one here, they're running in sort of this angle all the way up. So get a piece of copper, get the sharp edge of the piece of copper, okay, and run that copper in the direction of that. The direction. You can see now how it's a bit cleaner along here, okay? And if you go in that direction, you can see by here now, immediately, all this is just come off the file, okay? That's my Lemel. And if you go the other way around, so this, you can just about see, we've got a line of silver along there, come along, and you can push all that silver out. And you can see now it's coming out, and even down here you can see it's a bit shiny, but you can use the edge of the copper to push out all that out of the file, and here it is here, as you can see. And that is the best way to clean a file. If they're rusty, there's not much you're really going to be able to do, unfortunately. But no, there is an acid. Is it hydrochloric acid, something like that, that you put the files into that will sort of strip it very slightly, and that would enable a little bit of sharpness to be put back onto the file. But by using the edge of a piece of copper or a piece of silver in the direction of the line that runs across a file, you should be able to push out all the little clogged bits of metal that clog up and stops the effectiveness of the file. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise. Right, Louise, should we have 174 people? Thank you everybody who's come on, and we are now going to quickly announce how you can win one of 12 months, one of 2 6 months, and one of 3 months membership to At The Bench for free to celebrate our little 1-year anniversary of running these question and answers. Isn't that right, Louise?
That is right.
And whose idea was this? Your idea.
Oh, yes, it was mine.
Louise always has these amazing ideas. So, thanks to Louise, you can win one of 6 memberships to At The Bench. So all you have to do, so if you're watching this on repeat and you're watching it on Tuesday the 13th or any time after tonight, the competition has finished. But now you have got 1 hour. That's all. We're only going to run it for 1 hour. We're not going to be on air for another hour, but we will come back on Wednesday and announce the winner, won't we?
So what is the cut-off? Because we need to determine a time.
6 p.m. tonight.
6 p.m.
so
tonight.
So you've got 1 hour. Literally 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour from now to enter the competition. Is that fair?
But once. The
What
same route that you enter once.
You enter.
It's one entry, and that enters you into all 6
all of
competitions.
them. Yes, it does. Yes.
But just one entry.
Yeah, no
you
multiples.
Once.
So if you enter multiple times, you will be disqualified. If you enter, more than once, you're disqualified. Yes.
Yeah.
So we will remove you from this. So you've only got one chance at entry.
Because the computer will find you.
Oh, that computer will find you. It'll hunt you down.
It will hunt you down. It'll find it. Do you know what it'll do?
What it'll do?
Filter you out.
It'll filter you.
It will filter
I wouldn't
you
want
out.
to be filtered. So the idea is, what you need to do, all you have to do, and it's for the next hour, the next 60 minutes, 174 of you, please, if you want a membership, you can get one of these memberships. Even if you want to send this link to your friends, you've only got 1 hour to do this. It's literally a one-off, okay? So what you want to do is...
At 6 o'clock, I am taking the data somewhere else.
You're closing it because you can click it and say we're not accepting it anymore. So you've got 1 hour to do this. Louise is going to be popping up a link in the chat, okay?
I think a drum roll is in order, actually, Andrew.
One moment, please, Louise. I haven't finished more, dear. So all we need from you is your name and your name, email address, and whether you want to be opted in for for special offers,
general
promos, general chit chat from At The Bench. Yes or no. If you choose no, it bears no relation upon your entry. So that doesn't matter. It's just for us, for our marketing purposes. Whether you say yes or whether you say no, it makes no difference whether you win or not.
But whether you enter more than once might.
Exactly.
Well, will.
It will.
Yeah. So what's about it?
It will. And there are terms and conditions. There's promotion information upon the form that, yes, if you do win, yes, you then are agreeing to our terms and conditions and the promotions. The link is on the bottom of the form that Louise is going to be putting on there. As I said, we just need your name, email address, and that is all we need. Okay? So any second now, Louise is going to put it into the chat.
Ready?
Hang on. We can put it on you. Hang on. Ready. Stop. If you're already a member, we'll extend your membership. It's as simple as that. Okay? All right. So if you're already a member, we will extend your membership. So if you're existing members, please enter. Here we go again. So here comes the link. You've got 60 minutes going, starting now.
No, that's the wrong one. That's the But yes, but join the fan page. Yeah, I did the wrong one. Let's do it again. Okay, do it again.
Okay,
right, okay, ready?
This will be the right link. There we go, there's the link. Okay, so that is the link. Go to that link, go to both of the links, sign up for All The Glitter's Facebook page. Love you too. Click on the other link. That is the form. All we need is name, email address, and whether you want to be opted in or out of promotions that we send. Just all we need. You've got 60 minutes. At the end of 60 minutes, we're closing it, and one of you are going to win. As I said, if you know somebody who wants to win or would be beneficial and you want to spread the word, just spread that link in your socials. You've got 1 hour. You've got until 6 p.m. tonight, British summertime.
Ben, I think you two might come and find me and to beat me up if I do this wrong. No, I don't know if you watched it was the first 12 hour that we did, and we did say 1 entry per person, and we had people cheating quite naughtily.
Well, very naughtily.
Very naughtily.
Very naughtily.
Yeah, so...
But like 5 or 6 different times, various stages throughout the day, and that. We don't like
different email addresses, but the same name, which obviously we can't prove is. But yeah, we're a bit stickler for being fair, aren't we? So, yeah.
And even if you try and put different email address to a different name, but it's yours and so forth, we'll still soon hunt you down, because we will because we do ask for proof. So if Joe Blogs has win at 64susie@hotmail.com, we will double check. We will make sure that you are that email address, and we have proof.
The technology.
We have the technology. So thank you all very much for coming on. Who are don't get frothy. I do get frothy. I do apologise. So that's about it for the question and answer. That's all we've got.
Just remembering the row you gave everybody at the first.
Oh, I did. The first 12 hour.
Yeah. Do you think that was bad, Ben?
It was almost like Taken, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was terrible. And I will.
It was so funny. If you dare enter more than once.
You will hunt. We'll find you. We will hunt you down. We will. Yeah. So there we go.
Joanne, I don't see a link. The link is here. Oh, I didn't do it.
Pop it in, Louise. Pop it in.
Oh, that's the fan page again. Oh, whoops.
Yep. Join the fan page. Join the fan page anyway. Glitter's fan page.
Yes. So, as well. Who was saying? So yeah, Joanne, let me tag you, and then you can see.
Just hang on, sweet while we're talking. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Where are you?
So thank you everybody. And this is the reason why we're just doing a little competition to celebrate the 1 year of these question answers. They were only going to be a little temporary thing for a few weeks when we started lockdown back in March last year. They've been, no, we're not talking, thank you very much, Paul, about adjustable saw frames. Thank you. So yeah, they just proved so popular. We have like 150, 180 people every single week coming on the chat. A lot of people obviously just watching, seeing what's going on. And we just wanted to celebrate the 1 year anniversary. Absolutely.
I can't believe it's been a year. We didn't even realise it was you guys last week
said.
When
is the year?
Yeah.
When is the year? Absolutely. So yeah, 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm having my vaccination Saturday.
You're having your vaccination?
I'm dreading it after the fuss you made.
It wasn't fuss. I was ill. I was ill.
It was a fuss.
I was ill. A couple of days. I suffered. What?
We all suffered, Andrew. We all suffered.
I did. I was really ill. I was really. I just literally I just sparked out. I just couldn't. Vinegar is very good for rejuvenating files. Immerse for about 20 minutes. Thank you very much, Alex. Appreciate that. I'll have to try that.
Put your suit jacket on and do the taking speech. I'll say shaken, not stirred.
Like how? Perhaps I'll wear my suit next week.
Is it as bad as Manfred? Well, it's him, isn't it? It had to be.
What's that?
It's not that bad.
What?
The vaccine. Your 98-year-old father recovered with no side effects.
He did. AstraZeneca.
It's only Andrew took to his bed. It's not that bad. Which I don't know. We don't find out till we get there, do we?
Mine was the...
You had the Oxford, the AstraZeneca. I expect it'll be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends, isn't it? And they say if you have a worse reaction or bad reaction on the first one, when you have the second one, it isn't as bad. Whether that's true, I don't know. But I'll obviously tell you.
We're going to find out, aren't we? Yeah, well, you'll obviously tell all of us, yeah. If you're ill.
Membership. Jill Green, if you want to know how much the membership is, £180 for a year. You can sign up for 1 year or a recurring yearly membership or £20 a month. And if you like it, if you want to try it, do it for £20. If you don't like it, as long as you cancel the recurring membership, it's fine. Mm-hmm. If you feel that after 1 month you paid your £20, you think, my God, this is for me, you can then use that, then join for a year after that. It's entirely up to you.
But wait to see if you win first.
But wait to see if you win. Absolutely, absolutely. You got 6, so I wonder which you got. Lorraine, which one did you have then? Because we had the AstraZeneca. I had the AstraZeneca.
But your dad has I know a lot of people who had it and were perfectly fine.
Yeah,
so I think it's just luck of the draw, isn't it? I'm joking, but you did feel a bit poorly.
I was, yeah.
But
absolutely.
still best to have it, isn't it? I'm not trying to put people off having it because
absolutely
people have got mixed feelings about it anyway. Haven't they?
They have. But yeah,
I heard the other way around. Oh my goodness, great!
What's that?
I can't wait for you to have the second one then.
What, even worse after the second one? Yeah. It has been a long year. We've been shut down, locked down for about 7 months in total, haven't we? 6 months, 7 months in total. And it's nice to be back. It was nice today. The day has flown by because we have not stopped. People are saying, oh, but it's nice to be open. And yes, it is nice to be open, I must admit. I wasn't too sure on how I would be, but dressed a little bit on the dapper side, you know.
We'll be back in our normal clothes next week.
Oh, how long will the braces last? How long will the tie last? Come on. So I'm going to be back into my hoodie next week. I don't think so. So there we go. Thank you very much for everyone joining us this afternoon. Anything you want to say, Louise, before we go?
We need to say when we're going to... Well, the competition ends at 6.
6 p.m. the competition finishes.
When are we going to come back and...
Do you want
to announce, or should we just inform the winners, or should we come back? What do you guys want us to do? Do you want us to come back on?
You can come back on like perhaps 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening.
Okay.
And mention it perhaps.
Yeah.
Yep. Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan. Well, that's a good website, isn't it? Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan, yeah.
Dapper Dan. Nice website, that one. Like that one.
Yeah. Penny, we haven't forgotten about your white topaz.
No.
Why did I say white? We don't know if it's white. Is it a white topaz? But we've got the diamond paste.
I found the diamond paste.
Yeah, I've actually seen the diamond paste now.
We were tidying up, ready for all this, opening the shop, and we got the diamond paste. Just need to find now that...
a topaz.
A stone now. Or we'll just have to scratch it ourselves and see if we can polish it out. Inform as well. Yes, we will, Paul. We will be announcing it. What we'll be doing is announcing it on YouTube. First of all, it's only going to be a 10-15 minute YouTube one, perhaps Wednesday evening. and then we will then announce it on socials, absolutely. But yeah, you've got another 50 minutes now to enter the competition for the memberships to win At The Bench membership. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming on today. It's been another blast. Don't know where the hour goes, doesn't it? This hour just flies by every single time.
It really flies.
Lots of questions answered. Sorry we didn't get round to your particular question, but as I said, you've got to get in nice and early to be guaranteed, haven't you?
Yeah.
It just amazing, isn't it, how fast the time goes. I can never work out how many questions we've actually answered and how far we get down the list. So I do apologise if we haven't got through to your question. Do apologise, but as I said, if you want a question answered, get in there nice and early.
Did you bring a book?
Not today.
No. When will you do the draw, tonight or Wednesday and live? Wednesday live.
We'll do it Wednesday live, and then we should be putting it up on socials. You know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so forth.
It'll be on YouTube, Jessie. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll put it on
It's a
YouTube
wide
first of all.
Okay,
At the same
cool.
time, we shall then publish it then to the socials. Absolutely. Argentium Paul, never used it. I've never had the need, but I know it is a little bit on the tricky side. But I think people are used to silver oxidizing, and I don't think people have got a problem cleaning silver, to be honest. But I know Argentium is very good. Okay.
Okay, don't forget to pop over to Natalia's Facebook discussion page for all that glitters. Tune in tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and we'll be back on
Wednesday evening. We'll let you know, we'll put a post up, let you know when we're going to be going live Wednesday evening when we announce
Susan, how was
the
Gem
winners.
School? Oh, it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest. Not harder, but a lot more. The problem is, Andrew told me it would take 3 hours a week.
That's what I thought.
Right? I've since found out that you need to dedicate a minimum of 12 hours a week. So, but I've been doing okay so far. I've passed my assessments and my assignments. Yeah, so it's just I'm doing my my lab class. I've got a 2-day lab class with Kerry at Jewellery Rocks, who was the lady who does Gin and Gemstone Talks at Jewellery Rocks Facebook page on a Friday night. Yeah. So I've got that in end of May.
End of May, yes.
And then my final exam. And I was going to, if I pass, I'm carry on studying, but I think I'm just going to have a year.
Just to
breathe.
Just to practice.
Because the idea was that I'd have all this time on my hands during lockdown, but I don't know how we haven't had time on our hands. It's just been silly, isn't it? So yes. So yeah, no, I will definitely keep at it. Thank you. So yeah, it's a lot of science. But but I'm getting through it. Okay. Yeah.
You're doing well. You're doing very well.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Passing everything, no worries.
Yeah, at the moment. Okay, fabulous.
Don't forget, it's going to be on, the link is going to be there. I think what we could actually do is put it into the bottom of the film as well, so you can quickly
Shall I put it on? Let me put it on.
Okay, so Louise is quickly going to put it onto Facebook. Yeah.
I'll put it on At The Bench.
So we've literally only got 45 minutes to
Just
enter.
so you know.
It finishes at 6 p.m. tonight. So we'll let Louise do that after we've finished, Lou, if you want.
I'll do that as soon as we come off now so that it's there. And in fact, let me just put it back here.
So that's what you want. You want the link. There's the link.
Nope, that's Natalia's. Sorry.
There we
Alexander, I did a gemology course with the GEMA and it was amazing, but hard work. Keep up with it. It's worth it.
Shut up. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Good, good. Okay, let's go. And we will see you this Wednesday when we announce the membership winners. 6 winners will win some memberships to At The Bench. Congratulations to those, not congratulations, but good luck to those people who have taken part in that. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of our Q&As. We will see you all Wednesday. Let you know what is happening and who's won. And we will see you for our regular Q&A next Monday, the 19th of April. Wow. Where's the year going? Everyone,
scary.
Take care. Louise? Anything you want to say?
Have a good week.
And we'll see you Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see you Wednesday. Everyone, take care. We will see you all very shortly. Wednesday, for the winners of the competition, you've got another 45 minutes to enter the competition. Get on there, and not one of you, 6 of you will win memberships to At The Bench, and we'll let you know who wins on Wednesday. Take care. We will see you all then. Bye-bye for now.